So, good morning everybody, and Labas Ritas on a rather grey, I guess, spring morning in Kaunas. And today it's time for another video. So today I'm going to probably a rather local city. It's only, well, it's not going to take me too long to get there. I'm going to a place called Jonava, okay? Now Jonava is not that big like a lot of Lithuanian towns or cities. It's only got about 30,000 people living there. But interestingly enough, this still makes it, I think, the 9th largest city in Lithuania. So yeah, got a short, not too far. I think it's going to be kind of 40 minutes, something like that, to get there today. So let's see what we can find in Jonava. Okay, so just got into Jonava now. So yeah, it looks like an interesting place. Don't know what we're going to find, but yeah, should be interesting to take a look around. Just give you a little bit of background on Jonava. Okay, it's quite different to my last video in Elektronic, because Jonava, I think, has been like some, you know, city or town or something since kind of the middle of the 18th century. So people have been living in this area for quite a while. So yeah, interested to see what we can find here. Plenty of history in this interesting little city. Okay guys, so even though it's a great day, looks like I should have brought my swimming trunks with me, because I just found another beautiful lake here in Jonava. Okay, so one of the interesting facts about Lithuania is there's actually something like 6,000 lakes in Lithuania. It's packed with lakes, okay? And this is one of the things I just love. I just think, you know, imagine if you live here or you live nearby, you don't really need to go to the sea, do you? Look at all this. You've got, someone's made a beach here, so you can come, get your swimming trunks on, get your bikini on, and look, you've got all this here. So let's take a little look out, okay? So here's the lake itself. You can see over there's all the stuff you want to do, your water sports activities. In Jonava, you've got all the ramps and things there. Yeah, it's quite big lake, so you've got plenty of space. I imagine this is just the shallow bit here. You're just gonna have a little waddle, and then the rest of it, there you go, there's your bit to dive off if you're brave enough. Yeah, quite a nice little lake to come to, I imagine, especially in the summer when the weather's a bit warmer. Maybe it's probably only me that wants to jump in now. So behind me is quite an important point to talk about from Jonava, okay? So this is the old, I believe, the Great Synagogue, okay? It's definitely a synagogue anyway in Jonava, okay? And, well, as you can imagine, after World War II, it was used for something else, okay? So it was used as a bakery after World War II. But this is quite an important spot, because I do sometimes mention, when you're talking about history, the Jewish history in a lot of places in Lithuania. Okay, Jonava was actually a really heavily kind of Jewish town or city. Okay, so 80% of Jonava in 1941 was actually Jewish. Okay, so Jonava, probably more than a lot of other Lithuanian towns, was really heavily kind of had a really heavy Jewish presence in it. And I believe here and kind of the area around here was like the Jewish complex of the city. There were other synagogues nearby, not just this one, but obviously they don't exist anymore. Okay guys, so as the Cockneys would say, would you Adam and Eve it? Because look, found another beautiful church out here in Lithuania. Check this one out. Absolutely stunning, as always. And you can find this beauty in Jonava. A little check around, little look around, should I say, check around, what is that? Okay, I think if I'm right, this would probably mean that it was made in 1793, should I say, this church. Let's see here, you go and have a look around it. Classic wooden cross, gotta be, isn't it, Lithuania? You can't not have a wooden cross at a Lithuanian church. It's like a it's a rule basically. So this church looks out over the Neris back there. Yeah, as always, another stunning, magnificent sight in another Lithuanian city. Okay, so you may have seen my video about the Lithuanian Partisan War, okay? And behind me, I believe, is actually a kind of, I don't know, wooden cross again, another kind of, I'm not sure the right word for this, but yeah, a wooden cross, kind of wooden structure for basically those people, the partisans, okay, who lost their lives, I suppose, fighting for Lithuanian freedom. And it says here 1944 to 1955. So this is in remembrance of those partisans. So I've just got to the Soviet Soldiers Cemetery. Okay, now this is here in Jonava. Okay, now there was meant to be something like around 1,500 Soviet soldiers who lost their lives in this area, and they're buried here. Okay, so this is their cemetery with all their names on the tombstones, as you can see there. And at the top up there is a statue of a mourning mother, okay, and that was built in 1987, as you can see there. And as you can see on names, all the names are in Cyrillic as well. But yeah, this is just a reminder of the history of Jonava, okay, from World War II. So in World War II, most of Jonava, pretty much all of it, was actually destroyed, and they had to rebuild the city afterwards. Okay, so I seem to have ended up back in the place where I started the video, but it doesn't seem like a bad spot anyway. It's quite a nice park here in Jonava. Okay. So I thought I'd just delve into a little bit more of the history. So if you do read up about Jonava, you check it out on the internet, okay, you can see that basically this place was kind of known as quite an industrial city. Okay, now, I mean, probably to do with the fact that obviously it was, you know, destroyed during World War II. You can imagine that it would be a good spot to make it into an industrial place, basically. And yeah, they had I think the biggest fertilizer factory or something like that in the Baltics here. So that's all well and good. I think that the factory still operates now. However, again, if you do delve into it and want to check it out, then apparently there was quite a big accident here in Jonava, okay, in I think it was 1989. Okay, now actually 7 people died in this accident. It was like an explosion or some accident happened anyway that caused lots of toxic fumes basically to be emitted from the factory here, from the fertilizer factory, and yeah, caused some serious problems for the local area, and not just only Jonava itself, it's spread out to nearby towns such as even Kadainiai. Okay guys, so that's going to mark an end to my video now. It seems to be a shame that I picked the greyest day and it started raining here in Jonava. But yeah, I'm heading back to Kaunas now. So I hope you've seen some interesting things. Seems like a nice little place with, of course, an interesting history. So, Ike, Ate, and Visogero from a rather grey and rainy Jonava.